Set in a post-apocalyptic world, this Swedish action thriller follows 6 soldiers sent on a covert mission to transport a mysterious package across a frozen archipelago without knowing what dangers lie ahead or who, if anyone, they can trust. Hey, what's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another movie review. This time a Netflix film entitled Black Crab. It is coming out this Friday, March 18th, 2022. And I'm here to give you guys my honest spoiler review thoughts on what I liked, what I didn't like about this film. But before we do, make sure if you guys do like my content, let me know by liking the video and consider subscribing today for so much more. Alright guys, so this is a Swedish film, so just a warning ahead. You guys can choose to either watch it in English dub or original Swedish language with English subtitles, totally up to you. But I wanted to let you know ahead of time because sometimes people go, nah, subtitle movie, I don't know if I got time for all of that. I don't know if I'm awake or not. But trust me when I say that you definitely want to check out this movie. Alright guys, now let me talk about my biggest like for this film, Black Crab. It is Noomi Rapace, man. I think she is amazing. You guys have seen her in the Girl series as well as Prometheus, another movie that I personally did like. A lot of people didn't like that in that Alien franchise, but that's totally my personal opinion, but I definitely seen her in those films. I just think she is an extremely strong character. I would love to see her more American cinema, where she is a self-sufficient murdering killing machine. I liked seeing her in that role. I'm not saying that's what her role was in this film, Black Crab, but it was very similar, where she is a soldier. She has the determination to get from point A to point B. She is put on this mission with another team, and as in good soldier fashion, she really doesn't have a moral compass. She just kind of listens to her authority and doesn't let emotion get involved when it comes to her and the rest of the group, where the other castmates that we got, they were full of emotion. They were just thinking about morality. They were thinking about, is this the right thing to do in this situation, where she was just like, hey, you know what? This is the objective at hand and I'm going to complete this. And yeah, her character does have a lot of motivation behind her, once again, getting from point A to point B. I'm not going to spoil it and let you guys know what it is, but she was very hyper focused on the mission at hand, and that's what I liked seeing, because she didn't break character, once again, of what her objective was. So once again, I liked her in this movie because I think her acting is flawless, and once again, I would love to see her in more American cinema films. Alright guys, now another like of mine was the cinematography. This is filmed in Stockholm, Sweden. It looked beautiful. Yeah, it's another winter wonderland scape, and it kind of goes back to my thoughts if you guys did check out my Against the Ice review, where that one was just pure ice. This one is kind of set pure ice, but there are a couple of different settings along the way, like buildings and tents and other interactions with castmates. But in this film, it's very interesting as the soldiers are just pretty much trekking across this land on ice skates, and it's once again another dynamic that I don't really see too much in action movies, and I liked it, and it kind of grew on me a little bit because they made it seem like you could really go long distances on these ice skates without being uncovered too much. I mean, yeah, there are some situations where they do get found out because, yeah, they're exposed, they're out in the open, but once again, that element of the ice skates was pretty cool. Once again, a little different, but I liked it. And once again, that led to an awesome cinematography scope, where we did get a lot of long shots. And looking at some of these behind the scenes photos, because I thought a lot of it could have been green screen, but a lot of this is actually on the ice. They really went there. They did their due diligence with making this look as real as possible. And I know in a world of Hollywood films where it's so much easier to throw people in front of a green screen or throw so much CGI in front of them, a lot of these shots look really clean cut and authentic, and that's what I do love about certain movies like this, especially if they're not big movies from America, Hollywood, what have you. This movie blew me away in that aspect. All right, now next up, and another like that I always talk about, guys, if it's well executed, is the intense score. I absolutely love well done scores, guys. Once again, if these films can hit me with a great score, it kind of bumps up my rating just a bit. I won't lie, I really love an intense score when it calls for it. If it's overdone, overused, and you keep hearing the same themes over and over again, yeah, that's a little different story, but this one lent where it needed to be, and we got those intense score scenes. and even some scenes we got like almost a synth wave, retro wave type of feel. It was kind of cool, the balance of both, but once again, the score was intense when it needed to be. And there are a lot of intense scenes in this film, guys. I mean, this is a war soldier movie, so you kind of want to be there in the trenches, in the melee of all this stuff alongside your cast. All right, now jumping to another like of mine, guys, was the premise. I thought it was a simple cut and dry premise once again, but you know what? It worked in this situation. Yeah, we've possibly seen things like this before, and the predictability factor could have been there, but I think with this cast, in this setting in particular, just worked. And once again, another point A to point B movie, so you're not really confused along the way, other than certain situations that kind of may be considered a twist or whatnot, or different objectives at hand. But I liked how this worked for this black crab mission. And that kind of piggybacks off my next like, guys, was usually there's a lot of slowdown after the first 30 minutes of a movie. I've noticed that's kind of the story structure, at least some of the movies that I've seen recently. We get a lot of stuff thrown at us in the first 30 minutes, either character development, exposition, action for that matter. And then in that middle act, we start to slow down a lot. This movie, I can honestly say, did not slow down until about an hour and 10 minutes in. And this movie's about an hour and 50 minutes, guys. So once again, 2/3 of that, you're getting a lot of action. You're getting a lot of things thrown at you. And even though there's a little bit of dialogue with our cast from time to time, it's not that much. It's pretty cool how they kind of broke the mold of that typical film structure. And even piggybacking off that like even further, we get some good gore when it needed to be, because once again, for me personally, if you guys don't like gore, then this may not be for you, because this is more of a realism, intense soldier movie. So when you see someone get sniped and you see the after effects of that, yeah, you see their head pretty much exploded and opened up in the cavern, and the deep gore that goes along with that, because that's what would happen if you're looking over the shoulder of that soldier. And there's explosions and other getaway scenes that go along with this to make it a fulfilling, entertaining movie. And all in all, I had a really fun time with this movie, even though the subject nature normally isn't for me. Soldier movies aren't my forte. War movies are not my forte. I'm trying to get more into them because I know that a lot of them are very character driven, and there's a lot of backstory that goes along with some of these characters that you want to be invested with. So I'm trying to get better when it comes to that, and that kind of leads to one of my dislikes is some of the side cast characters you don't really care for, and that's usually to be expected with movies that have about 4 or 5 members that you have to focus on at a time. And unfortunately, Noomi Rapace's character is the only one that I really genuinely kind of cared about. The rest of them, I didn't care if they lived or died. Maybe they purposely made those characteristics like that, but she was kind of my driving force and motivation for watching this movie all the way to the end. And I will say that there's an underlying issue with government and war, and if once again that's not your forte, this might not be up your alley, but I kind of liked it. I kind of liked the message. I didn't think it was too preachy. I thought it had a very interesting and emotional ending, and I don't want to make this review too long, guys. So that being said, I think I'm going to give Black Crab a solid 3.5 out of 5, saying I definitely recommend it once again if you guys are into subject nature like this, action, war, soldier, drama. All right, Flix Talkers, are you going to check out Black Crab this Friday, March 18, 2022? Let me know down in the comments below. Have you already seen it? And are you guys watching my review after the fact? If you guys have, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and where do you rank it out of 5? I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you guys did appreciate mine, let me know by liking the video, and consider subscribing today for so much more content like this. All right, guys, till next one, I'm gone. Peace.